I just got the Eurofighter downloaded today. It was too tempting, especially with the UK update, and I was wanting to go fly around the Mach loop. And so I was thinking, well, do I take the extra? Do I take the Airbus? Even though that sounds a little silly, but who cares, right? The Airbus has some nice new updates, the fly-by-wire mod. But I've been thinking about the Eurofighter Typhoon for a little bit. So I'm gonna... Here I am, RAF Valley, and I am gonna head south along the coast of Wales here. Let's see, where are we going? We're heading down south to the town of Machlenlith, which... I'm lost here. We're up here in Valley. This is us. So we come down. Past this first river. Yeah, I was just looking at this. So am I totally lost now? There's a second, you have to Google it. I don't want to Google it. I'll find it. I know where I'm going. I swear. We'll find another river opening and head into the town of Machlenlith, which I can't spell. Oh man, where is it? I don't know. I just had it up here. Anyway, I have a little checklist from the website. It's all pretty simple, but they give you a startup procedure. They give you some autopilot stuff. It's all pretty simple. This looks like it's all just taken out of the default Boeing stuff. Oh yeah, and here's the Wikipedia for the Mach loop. Machlenlith. It's around here somewhere. Wait, let me go to the... This will be easier. We're coming from up here. Where's my little river entrance? I should have left it on the map when I found it. It's right between here. Well, anyway, that's not important, the Google Maps. I don't know why I lost it right now. Oh, duh. Wait, I have to come down the coast more. It's down here. There we go. So there's that first river opening, and then the second one. Cross this peninsula, and then down here, and then this is the loop. Basically around these roads. So it's a pretty simple route. Or at least you'd think. It took me a little too long to figure that out in the map there. Well, that's why I wanted to look again before I get going. Alright. So let me jump in the plane now. This should be pretty quick to get everything going. I'm gonna throw my OBS on performance mode. Alright. So yeah, this is my first look at everything here. And hopefully this gives me decent FPS compared to some of the bigger planes. This could be a little bit of a problem sometimes. My computer's not too great. This gives you a few liveries by default. This one is the default shiny livery. Oh, that's kind of weird. Well, first impression, it looks pretty good, at least. Alright. Let's go back inside. Yeah, I've got the Boeing FMS here. it looked like this was all going to be straight out of the 787. So first thing here, let me put the checklist up on the stream. I'll make that a little bit smaller though, so you can see what I'm looking at. So activate the fuel pumps. All right, where am I? On the right side. Activate fuel pump engines 1 and 2 left and right, which is electric power. This looks like it down here. Avionics off. Can I flip these? Oh, there we go. Battery and fuel pumps, and do the battery. Start engine. Oh, that's it. It's literally just a few switches. Buttons 3-1 and 3-2, which is these ones. Oh, that's good. I like that. Alright, let's go outside. Oh, it doesn't sound nearly as good out here. There we go. Oh. Alright, that's easy. Wait for N1, N2 to stabilize. So our N1 is rising up here. No, this is not entirely. This isn't the Boeing FMS. This is like the default G1000. But this out of here, if you've flown the 787, this is definitely familiar. So I just want this to show a map right now. I guess that's fine. I'll just fly this visually. I don't have anything programmed in. We're just going to follow the coast. I set the weather to be pretty clear, since I'm planning on flying low through the mountains right now. But it looks like I could plug everything in here if I wanted to. There, what is the code for this airport? RAF Valley EGOV. So let me plug that in here. Not really too concerned with the FMS right now. Probably set that so it knows where we are. I'm not gonna set anything up in here. I wonder what this is all based off of. If it's calculating performance accurately, or if this is literally just taken straight out of like the 787. Like, can I make it think we're going to do flaps 25? Even though, is that even an option in this plane? Flaps, I have takeoff and landing. So now we're set for landing. There's two stages of flaps. It starts you in takeoff flaps. But this will let me set any degree of flaps that the Boeing thing recognizes. Flaps 5, flaps 10. Do you ever take off more? No. Does it let you select like a non-existent value? I don't think so. Oh wait, maybe it does. I think you could just select anything in here, it doesn't even matter. Oh no! Oh wait, flaps 12 is an option. This is from the 787, I think. All of this. Yeah, even all the performance stuff that it's doing. So let me leave this. I'll just call that 5. We'll set that back to takeoff position. Oh wait, takeoff position. Well, that's interesting. I already got a little quirk. But, you know, this stuff doesn't really matter too much anyway. So, I don't even know if I trust these speeds. I think this is based off of a different plane. CG value even. I don't know. We can, well, yeah, we don't want to derate the engine, right? Is that what this is? Well, according to this, it says rotate at 133. I think that would be if we were 787 though. Rudder trim. I could map these buttons to match on my joystick, but I don't think that really matters. I'm just trying to make this go away so I can see what's behind it. I don't know if I can click that away. I'm not sure if these buttons behind it are even usable. Oh wait, what does that do? Oh. I don't think I can make that go. Alright, so what's next? Everything's started up. Deactivate the fuel pumps. Engines are stable. So let's turn off the fuel pumps. Avionics on by default. Lights as needed, and that's it. Super easy. Left side, we have spoilers, engines, cutoff buttons. Landing. Oh yeah, do I have like a speed placard here telling me anything to mind? I don't think so. This is all pretty basic. Looks like we're just gonna fire it up and go. Speed brake. This even looks like a miniaturized version of the Boeing speed brake lever. These switches don't do anything. Nothing. Pretty basic. For a $20 plane. I don't know, seems alright. Similar to other planes in this price point, even thinking to like what I've paid for some things on DCS. It's not too bad here. Generator, those are on by default. Yeah, you can really just jump in and go. And it's a fighter plane, so you should be able to. That makes sense. Lights are on by default. Now we're ready to go. So let me call up the ATC. Let's see about programming the altimeter.
Wind 274 at 10. Visibility none. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 13.
Okay, don't. That's already set.
902. Visual runway tree 1 in use.
Runway 31.
Landing and departing runway tree 1. DSR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have uniform.
Alright.
Valley.
We're at 50% fuel right now. I just kept the default loading. So we want to go to the south.
Valley
Charlie Ground Racer 171, request taxi for departure to the south with uniform.
Racer 171 taxi to and hold short of runway 31 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 25 Alpha. Contact tower on 122.1 when ready.
Alright. So we're going to go down to runway 31. Why did they tell me to cross runway 25? I just have to come straight down this way. I don't know. We'll go ahead down there and hold short. This is all the autopilot control stuff up here. You get that HUD reflection, that's kind of cool. Yeah, compared to like a highly modeled DCS fighter, this isn't coming anywhere close, but I mean, you compare it to like some of the cheaper DCS planes, which I guess, well, I mean, it's a different game, but seems to be the best comparison. This isn't bad. This is very similar. If you bought like the F-15 on DCS World. Oh, I don't know if my throttle is recognized here. Don't crash, game. It's detecting the hardware. Uh-oh. There it goes. Okay. Now it's got everything detected. Whoa, I'm gonna run this guy over. Alright. Now we can go. Might want to watch out, dude. I can already tell this thing's got some power. You don't need a lot to taxi. Alright, so we're just gonna head down this way. To the left. Or actually straight ahead, basically. Just down here. Get in the air, maybe play with the avionics stuff a little more. Maybe try some aerobatics. But mostly just gonna follow that coastline down and find the entrance to the Mach loop. I'm gonna follow the takeoff speeds this is giving me, although I don't really trust it, but that'll probably be around the speed we need to lift off anyway. Well, why does it keep wanting to pull to the left? It's odd. Both my engines are on. Looks like it has some kind of crazy asymmetric thrust or something. Wait, I want to stop. Let's go to the outside. I just want to see. Alright. I'm completely off the controls here. Looks like my nose wheel is not straight for some reason. I could steer. Now my nose wheel is not centered. I want to reset my thing here. It might have detected while I had some input on it. It's doing the yaw. Why is it not? Steering in this thing is funny. The nose wheel, anyway. I don't know if that's a game glitch. My pedals, are they? Those are not straight, are they? Do I have like a brake depressed or something? These don't look the same. I don't know if they always look like lined up. They should, right? Why not? Why wouldn't they? The yaw doesn't seem to have any alignment problem. And I can control the yaw. But that nose steering... Oh wait, now it's centered. I'm gonna try rolling again. Now we're going straight. It's weird. Maybe it was something with the way it was aligned when I connected it. You can see our Mach, our ground speed a few places, our air speed. Now, where am I going to be able to see our Mach? Oh, here it is. Well, I could change it, I think, to display the Mach. Because, yeah, we're going to be flying supersonic today. My computer's not going to be able to load the scenery fast enough. That's not a joke. Yeah, this has all the same. Even the terminology is the same as the Boeing autopilot. Well, it's probably the same in every plane. VNAV, flight level change. But yeah, this is a copy-pasted 787 avionics package here. Or that's a bad or a good thing, I don't know. It does make me doubt some of the information it's showing me. Alright, let's pull up here and hold short. Alright. Is there anything left to check before we go? Let me put the flaps in takeoff. Here's our gear handle for once we're in the air. With the landing lights. Oh, I should have put the taxi lights on before. I thought I had everything on. There are no landing lights, so we'll just call the taxi lights the landing lights. Pump 2 is active for high mode. I don't know what that does. I wonder if that's like a fuel pump for aerobatics or something. Alright, let's call them up.
Valley Tower Racer 171 ready for south departure at runway 31.
Racer 171 cleared for takeoff runway 31 south departure approved.
Alright, here we go.
Cleared for takeoff runway 31 Racer 171.
So we're flying down here to McClenleth. Keep this map up. I'm not even sure where exactly I'm gonna land, but there's a few airports around. Alright. What is that? Oh. I thought the speck of dust was a plane coming on approach. Hey, Pizza Boy, how's it going? I'm just about to leave from RAF Valley here in Wales. This is my first flight in the Typhoon here. We're gonna go ahead and take it through the Mach loop. So yeah, this should be a nice scenic flight. I have I'm gonna rotate here based on this speed, but I don't know if this is really even accurate. I think that all this info is taken straight out of the 787. Alright. One thing I can't see is, where's my trim set? There it is. So we're showing in the green. Let me pull it up. Or we'll put it right in the middle of the green range there. Assuming that's the where it wants the takeoff setting. Actually, I can't even trim down below that. Weird. What plane is this? Eurofighter Typhoon. This is my first flight here. I just downloaded it. It's about 20 bucks on the store. And so far, I mean, it looks alright. It's this is all from the 787. If you've flown that, you recognize all the avionics stuff. This is actually from the G1000 though, so it's kind of a mishmash of the default avionics. There isn't too much going on in the cockpit here. It's a pretty easy plane to get going. Alright, let's go. Full power. Try and track the center line here. Holy crap. Dude. We picked up speed a little more quickly than I was anticipating there. We're going insanely fast here. Holy crap. I don't want to rip the flaps off. I'm seriously throttling back. Whoa. I could have prepared myself a little better for that. Jeez, we're still going. This is nuts. We're almost over. Coming through 9,000 feet here. Holy crap. Yeah, we're calling up the approach. I want to turn to the south here. I'm responding to the ATC with the just with the keyboard buttons. Look at this, we're coming past 600 knots. Holy crap. This is unreal. I don't know what I expected. I mean, I know this is a fast plane.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace, Racer 171.
I can't see exactly how much G I'm pulling. But I mean, I'm assuming that's not really a problem if I want to pull the stick here. Alright, let me look outside a little more. Yeah, this thing can do whatever you want. Full throttle here. Let's just, like, turn on a dime. Okay, no. See, I started to assume that I wasn't going to do any damage there. Ah. See, okay, I was wrong. You can. I noticed that I couldn't tell how much G I'm pulling, so I decided to just keep pulling. Ah, well. Alright. Let's try that again. Hey, there's my landing stats. At least when I fly the extra, it has an accelerometer there. This should definitely have accelerometer somewhere. Alright, at least I know how... I'm gonna go really fast on takeoff. Maybe not do full throttle this time. Okay, well at least this all happens pretty quick here. Fuel pumps in the battery, then you literally just flip the starters. That's all there is to do. And they start you in takeoff flaps. Everything is set where you need it. You can't even control all this stuff. Avionics are on by default. Yeah, that was insane. This isn't the first fast jet I've flown in a flight sim. I've done DCS. I've flown the Harrier, the F-18, the F-16. This is definitely pretty fast. I need to be able to tell how much G I'm pulling. Like, how about instead of a G1000 here, and like Boeing avionics, you give me an accelerometer somewhere. Here we go, Eurofighter Typhoon. Oh, what's this airport? It doesn't even matter. I don't need anything here. I'm just gonna ignore all this. Yeah, I don't need any of this. So let me call him back up and get going. No, the weather's all the same.
Valley Ground Racer 171 with uniform request taxi for takeoff departure to the south.
Racer 171 taxi to
Taxi lights.
taxiway Alpha cross runway 25 Alpha. Contact tower on 122.1 when ready.
And actually I can...
Taxi to and hold short runway tree 1 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 25 Alpha Racer 171.
Alright, so we got the taxi clearance. I can turn off the fuel pumps now the engines are running. I think this fuel pump might be for aerobatics. I don't think I'm missing anything else. See, the speed brake lever is clearly just like copy and pasted out of a Boeing 787. That's what it looks like to be. Alright, take 2. Let me try and not kill this guy with the wing. Alright, this has insane power. Could climb vertically if we want. I'm not gonna play with any hard turns anymore. I don't know why I forgot that I have all the G stress and everything turned on. Or I just thought this plane is literally invincible and I could just do whatever I want. Now, if you fly like the F-16 in DCS compared to some other planes, I don't own it, but I've done it on like the free weekends. That's a smart plane. You can tell while you're controlling it. There's these fly-by-wire systems and everything. It won't let you do something like that. You can't just pull and over-G the plane. You can tell as you're giving it inputs, it's interpreting what you're telling it to do, which is pretty cool. This thing doesn't do anything like that. This is 2 rocket engines with a Boeing FMS and a G1000. How do I scroll this range? Let's see, there's got to be a way. Is this my autopilot control? Airspeed select, altitude select, heading, vertical speed. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, all this. And I'm not sure if like the performance is all based on that or not. It might not, because it does say, it said here like the plane type and everything, so maybe the speeds it's giving are accurate. before it told me to rotate at like 120, 130. I'll try to catch that before I accelerate into Mach 2 on the runway again and rotate in time this time. Yeah, I'm not going to set full power. I'm going to try and actually rotate and climb out at a reasonable speed. Oh wait, yeah, I think I might have thrust. So is this derating the thrust, right? Because that does that by default in the airliners. So we don't want that. Or maybe we do. I probably should do that. Whoa. Oh yeah. That stuff's not really important. Should I set a cost index for the Eurofighter Typhoon flight? I don't know if they deal with that stuff. Alright. I'm gonna try and do better for you this time. Let's call them up.
Valley Tower Racer 171 at runway 31 ready for takeoff south departure. Racer 171 cleared for takeoff runway 31 departure to the south approved.
I'd like to be able to scroll the range on this thing.
Cleared for takeoff runway 31 Racer 171.
Alright. I'm just gonna get straight into a takeoff roll here. We're all set. That's 80, 100, 120. Rotate. Gear. Flaps up as we cross 200 knots there.
Racer 171 continue for south departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
That was a little more controlled.
Racer 171, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Alright, and he's handing us off.
Valley Tower Racer 171 frequency change.
I'm gonna make a turn to the south. Handoff on the radio.
Manchester Center Racer 171 is timed 2 miles northwest of Valley. Request flight following. Racer 171 Manchester Center. Squawk 5407.
Do I might have my G indicated somewhere
5407
on the
Racer
HUD.
171.
I can see my Mach number.
Racer 171 radar
No, there's no G there.
4 miles northwest of Valley, 11,200 feet. Altimeter 29.
Now, other planes will give it to you right down, like down here or somewhere. That's a pretty basic HUD. So I'm gonna just keep gently turning around here to the south. Level us off.
Did you copy? Copy Racer 171.
This guy's so impatient. What did he tell me to do anyway? Okay, let's request through the airspace.
Manchester Center Racer 171. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. Racer 171 Manchester Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
I'm really afraid to turn hard here, so I'm just making a big, wide, gentle turn. I can't tell at all how hard or what G I'm at in these
Racer
turns.
171, please acknowledge.
All right.
Cleared through Charlie airspace, Racer 171.
Alright, heading back to the south now. So we're gonna fly over this peninsula, cross the first river inlet, and then enter the second one. And we'll be there in no time with this speed. Actually, I could probably kind of pick it out from here. So it looks like that's the first river inlet. That's the second one down here. We're gonna fly into that, pick up this town of McClenleth, and follow this loop of the road, basically. You follow some rivers. Follow the river and the road. The road. Yeah, it should be pretty easy. So I don't know who buys this thing for the autopilot anyway, but that's all pretty basic. Copy-pasted. I'm sure it works. I don't think that's too important anyway. The important thing is how this thing flies. It's a high-performance jet. It's missing the accelerometer, which seems kind of important. I'd prefer that over all this handy access to like a airline or autopilot systems.
Razor 171, you're leaving my airspace. Resume on navigation. Contact land for approach on 122.5.
Okay.
122.5 for Racer 171.
Turn off this taxi light.
Land back approach Racer 171, 13,900 feet. Racer 171, land bed approach continuous plan.
I gotta watch my fuel. 5.1 right now. It's just a 50% loadout.
Contact Manchester Center on 118.775.
Alright.
Going to 118.775, Racer 171.
When you're flying around super fast without a plan, you really go through more radio sectors than you can
Manchester Center, Racer
track
171,
sometimes.
11,400 feet. Racer 171, Manchester
So we're gonna come down to low level. The whole point of this Mach loop is low level flying.
Racer 171, contact land for approach on 122.5. 122.5, Racer 171. Land back approach Racer 171, 7,100 feet. Racer 171, land bed approach continuous plan. Altimeter 2.
Alright, so we're gonna turn into here. Yeah, this is definitely it. I got the throttle all the way back. We're still doing 700 knots. Read back, come on.
Going to 118.775, Racer 171.
Oh man. I'm trying to just do this relatively gently here. I'm still not really losing speed too quickly here. We do have speed brakes. Alright. So this is where we're going. I want to follow this river. Fly down into this valley. Tempted to pull some speed brakes, but it's alright. We're gonna keep losing our speed, so I got the throttle all the way back. We're doing Mach 0.8 here over the town. We'll give them a little wake up. 1,800 feet. And here we go, we're entering the loop. Good Mach 0.8. We're gonna follow this river. We're gonna watch the speed and the terrain. I'm looking outside here during this. I don't want to fly into something. This thing carries so much speed, even just with the throttle back. I want to make this turn here to follow the valley. I really wish that I could see how much G I'm pulling. Oh, this is going to be a tight left turn up here. I don't want to dip too low into the valley quite yet until I'm more comfortable with how this thing flies. And I know that I'm not over G'ing the plane. Which valley do we pick here? Looks like through there. Is it here or is it there? This next... Is that going to fly me into a mountain? Oh. I think I missed my turn. I want to go that way. Yeah, that's... Let me try and get that right on my next lap. Through this valley and around to the left. Speed is bleeding off now. Through here. We want to just get back down to the town. Well, you can lap this thing pretty quick. This looks like my path. So let's see if I can do that a little bit lower. Actually fly through the valley. 1,000. Yeah, this is the final chunk of it. At some point it switches over to giving you ground speed versus your Mach. Yeah, I didn't even do anything, it just changed. Warning, what's that for? Is that for my altitude? Is it because I have no throttle? Where is it telling me what that's for? It went away. I think that was an altitude warning or something. Oh shit, I lost it. This is the wrong valley. Damn it, I made a wrong turn. Let me get back to the town. Let me try and follow the route more accurately. I'm going so fast and having master warning pop up, so kind of lost focus. Yeah, I think it's a terrain warning or something. Alright. Let's try another lap of the loop. So we have plenty of fuel. So here's that river where we started. The town of McClenleth. Follow this river. There's the town. Yeah, follow the river. Okay, let me see if I can actually follow the route this time. So we are into the start of the loop. Don't know what our Mach number is, but it's pretty. There it is, about 0.6, well, 0.56. We're gonna come up on a kind of a tight left here. Into the valley. And the visual reference here is the road. Now last time I went to the wrong valley. Well, I didn't go in the valley, but I still missed the turn. So it looks like there's two you can fly into here. And it's the first one into this. Just gonna follow the valley here. To the left? Let's go left. Which way does the road go? Not this way. This is the wrong way. Let's do a terrain avoidance. Okay, that wasn't the right route. Now I'm just flying over the mountain. I assume pilots who do this in real life, if you do this, you lose your seat. Alright, let me see if I can get back on the... It's hard to see, like, the road I'm supposed to be following. Alright, this is the... Relying mostly on my Navigraph map there. Alright, this is it. This will take us back down to the town. That was pretty bad navigation. I got lost. Again? Alright. Getting an idea of what this all looks like, though. So it's giving this warning for terrain. I think that might be if you're below 500 feet. No warning on the G here. It'll just fully black you out and say you over G'd. So I don't want to take chances. Oh, where's my river? Okay, here's the river. Here's the valley. I'm coming back for another lap. Alright, let me not make the wrong turn this time. And I'm sure pilots doing this in real life have someone to follow too. You probably just don't fly into a valley blind and try and find your way. So we're going around this mountain on our left. Into into this first valley. Get constant terrain warning here. Okay. I'm trying to be mindful not to just overload the plane with G. It's not gonna tell me anything. No warnings. Alright. So here's the northern part of the loop. And now we're turning right up at this big mountain here into this valley on the right. I can see the road. Here's the turn. Whoa. There's the road. Holy crap. And this road is gonna come back to the left. Still following that road. Or does that break to the left here? And through this valley. Whoa, this is tight. Whew. Look at that road texture on the side of the mountain. That doesn't even look... That doesn't look right. Alright. And now... I'm gonna go to the left here. Make sure we get back to the start of our loop. It's a hard pull. Oh, jeez. Now this time I actually followed the route. Around the mountain here, back around to these windmills. Wow, this is a pretty nice flight here. This is tough. Especially when you don't know how much G you could pull. And then back to the left around here. Quick glance at the fuel. 4.8. Alright, I'm gonna acknowledge the terrain warning. Let's go for another lap. That was our first proper lap of the loop. You can see the river we need to follow there on the G1000 map. Straight ahead. Okay. Could head back up to where I took off from to land, or can head really anywhere. Doesn't matter. Still plenty of time to figure that out. Got my throttle set a little bit higher, if you can tell from my accelerating speed. Still a little bit wary though to carry too much speed and accidentally find myself in a situation where I need to pull a lot of G to make one of these valley turns. I could always just go up. Alright. Yeah, this is a bit fast. This is really fast. Doing about Mach 6, 8. This is the turn here. It's nice and fast. Follow this valley. First to the left around here. Just following that road. Now to the right. Through here. Oh, just watching the G's. Try not to pull too hard. Turning more with the rudder than by pulling G with the pitch. Follow this road around here. We're going so fast. And back into this valley. We are just ripping through this. Now left here. Do you go left here, or would you continue straight? Through here, and then back around those wind turbines. Train warning going off constantly. That's it. We're low and slow here. Ah. Well, that is a pretty exciting route. And it's definitely the kind of thing you want to do with this plane. But this, overall, this thing isn't really designed too well to let you fly fast comfortably. I just wish I knew how much G I was pulling. Because as fun as this is, I really wish I just wish I knew how hard I could pull on the stick. Let's go ahead and go supersonic. Here we go, 0.95. Here's the sound barrier. Boom. We're through it. Mach 1.2. There we go. Exactly what I was saying. I can't see my G's. Oh, damn it. I was pulling gently. I started loading up gently. Just can't see where the G's are heading to. Especially going that fast. That's alright. Definite flaw of this plane. If there's some kind of third-party accelerometer, I'll probably use that, because yeah. It's kind of hard to fly this thing fast and fun when you don't know at what point the wings start to break off. And I don't think that's a thing. Well, still think this thing is pretty fun, pretty cool. Yeah. Maybe not as good for aerobatics as the extra, since, you know, keep talking about the lack of an accelerometer. This should be more fun than the extra for this game. You know, it's a jet. We can go fast. You just gotta be so careful making any kind of turns. Once you have that speed, so you have the ability to over G this thing pretty easily. All right, start it up. Let me actually get back to an airport this time. That's not good. 2 crashes in a row. As a matter of fact, this time I'll plug something in here. So I'm leaving from here. EGOV. Help me navigate to another airport. Oh, I'll skip the Mach loop for this flight. I already did a few laps. We can head somewhere else. That'll be our origin. Where should I fly to? I could cross the water, go over to Ireland. Let's head down to Swansea. We should be able to cover the distance of Wales pretty quick in this thing. Okay. I'm not gonna worry too much about a route or anything, but it's at least plugged in. Cost index, who cares? Takeoff performance. I'll assume that's accurate. Alright, flaps are set.
Valley Ground Racer 171 with uniform request taxi for takeoff south departure.
Racer 171 taxi to and hold short of runway 31 via taxiway Alpha cross runway 25 Alpha.
They should be able to put in an accelerometer on here pretty easily. They just have to put a number display on here. That's all you really need for this plane.
Runway 31 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 25 Alpha Racer 171.
All right. Fuel pumps can come off. Everything's all stabilized. Am I gonna hit this guy? Oh no. So, yeah, this thing's pretty fun. It's a little hard to handle. Just, you're set up more for like airliner style flying than, you know, fast, exciting flying. As a matter of fact, all this HUD stuff, this is probably just what you get when you flip down the HUD on the Boeing. I didn't even think about that. They should still be able to add your G's. I think. My one wish for this plane. I'm gonna go fast this time. We're gonna try and hit that Mach 2 number. I think we should be able to. It's gotta be super careful with the inputs though. It's easy to pull a lot of G. This plane basically gives you what you want, though. I mean, just something that's a little more fun and exciting than, like, your default GA planes, airliners. You want something that can do Mach 2, crazy performance, pull G, just you don't know how much. This plane is fun.
Valley Tower Racer 171 at runway 31 ready for takeoff departure to the south. Racer 171 cleared for takeoff runway 31 south departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 31 Racer 171.
Alrighty. So we can rotate about 120, probably a little bit sooner, honestly. But that's what the computer's telling us. It's 80, 100. I'm gonna pull it up here. About 120. Gear up. All flaps up at 200. And we'll start making our turn here.
Racer 171, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Valley Tower Racer 171, frequency change. Valley approach Racer 171 is time 2 miles west of Valley.
So I just feel like it's the only thing I could talk about, but this thing just has the ability to overstress itself so easily. You really need to be able to watch your G's. That's a real flaw.
Racer 171 radar contact 4 miles southwest of Valley, 4,700 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Well, now we're just gonna fly south all the way down the coast. Build some speed. Basically just gonna follow a straight line to the airport.
Racer 171, did you
We're
hear
flying VFR technically, so there's no routing to worry about. Read it back, come on.
Copy Racer 171. Racer 171, contact Manchester Center on 118.775.
I don't even know how to tune the radio in this thing.
775 for Racer 171.
Oh, I think it's down on the right side.
Manchester Center Racer 171, 6,900 feet. Racer 171, Manchester Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902. Racer 171, contact land for approach on 122.5. Racer 171.
Mach 1.5, coming up on 1.6. There's 1.6.
Land back approach Racer 171, 7,600 feet. Racer 171, land bed approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Oh, we are going so fast.
Racer 171, contact Manchester Center on 118.775.
Man, he's not reading back when I hit the button. Come on.
Racer 171. Manchester Center Racer 171, 9,000.
Over 1,000 knots, Mach 1.65.
171 Manchester Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Coming back around where the Mach loop is now. If I wanted to make a turn inland. So yeah, once you have some speed built up in this thing, you gotta be super gentle, because you have no idea how much G you're gonna pull. It really makes me hesitant to try anything like loops or anything. It's hard to know how much you're pulling and holding. Frames are starting to struggle a little bit here. There's a lot of scenery to load in here. Southern England. And we're just going so fast too. Just gotta load it so fast. If you just want to go fast, this thing is definitely for you. We're just cruising at 1.6 Mach here. We've almost covered the complete distance of Wales already. This is really crazy. And yeah, we're already here. South Wales. Just a matter of minutes. Now, how can you not like that? I love flying fast. Over 1,000 knots over the ground right now. Let's make a easy, gentle turn towards Swansea. They could at least like gradually start blacken you out or something, like give you a hint that you're approaching a G limit. Although that would be for the pilot, not the plane. Yeah, you get no warning. You can't monitor your G-force. So yeah, that's a real buzzkill in this kind of plane. So here we are, fucking Swansea. I didn't really want to go to fucking Swansea, but here we are. The in-betweeners made me never want to go to Swansea. Alright, I'm gonna do a roll, and we're gonna look upside down. There's no G limit here. I don't know, no G worries. Alright. This is weird. That's not really the way to look at the ground. I see a stadium there. Well. I do love how fast you can cover distance in this thing. That's unreal. let's keep on heading into England. Now, London is like probably one of the hardest areas in the game, in the sim, to load. Especially when you enter it this fast. Let me make a quick exterior look here. It's pretty cool. This thing is holding itself pretty stable here now. This throttle setting, pitch setting, we're slowly losing altitude. Where should I try and land this thing? Covered all that distance like nothing. Yeah, maybe I should go all the way. I can go all the way to France if I want to. Yeah, it looks like a runway.
Racer 171, contact London Center on 118.475.
So the radio tuning, that's all down here.
Going to 118.475 Racer 171.
That's pretty simple. Switch.
London Center Racer 171, 16,000 feet.
Racer 171 London Center. Continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Should be seeing less and less farmland as we enter London here. Still doing a good Mach 1.5. I'm gonna throttle up here. Let's see what we can hit. We're about 17,500 feet. Throttle is pretty. It's about halfway right now. I'm gonna go ahead and push it up all the way, and then we'll see what speed we hit. You can hear it. A Mach number rapidly accelerating. I'm watching for some kind of overspeed indication on the speed tape down there. 1.7. See if I can keep the vertical speed even here. We're slowly descending. 1.9. I think in a level flight we could do Mach 1.2. Although I'm not holding exactly level, we're kind of swinging up and down a little bit. I'm trying to keep it level. Mach 2.0. There we go. Over 1100 knots. Ground speed 1293. Wow. And of course, if we dive, let's build a little more speed. I still don't see any kind of overspeed indication.
Racer 171 contact. Sent an approach on 136.45.
Oh, we are hauling ass. Mach almost 2.1.
Going to 136.45 Racer 171.
I got us to London in no time.
Approach Racer 171 13,700 feet.
Racer 171 Benson approach continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Watching that fuel too.
London Center on 118.475.
We're gonna rocket over London here.
118.475 for Racer 171.
Doing over Mach 2. That looks like London Heathrow right there.
London Center Racer 171 13,000 feet.
Oh. Game's freezing up here.
Racer 171 London
Eh.
Center. Continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
We're doing Mach 2.1, 1300 knots over the ground. It's trying to load in everything here in London. And if I input a jerky control here, I'll just over-G the plane in an instant. I gotta stop trying to look around. It looks straight. Okay, oh, wow, this is not flyable. I don't want it to accidentally have a jerky moment. Ah! Holy crap. This is a laptop after all. Trying to load in all of the London scenery while I'm going Mach 2. That's a lot of ground I'm covering. It's a lot of scenery to load. Easing the throttle back here. I had a feeling it was gonna be like this. Just covering ground that quickly. Okay. The game has recovered a little bit. Coming back down through Mach 1.9. And this plane does not tell you you're G-loading at all, so you have to be super careful to make any turns, especially when you have a lot of speed. Because you can over-G the plane without any warning. So any turns I make right now, I want to be really gentle. Yeah, flying through really populated areas is tough. It's always tough on my hardware. Usually better in smaller planes. $4.5 on the fuel. Well, I don't know where I want to take this thing to land. There's an airport around Calais here. Oh, wait, what is this? 1900 feet runway. Where should I land? Come up the coast of England on the other side, maybe. Oh yeah, it's England that got the update, UK, so I'm not gonna fly to France right now. Let's make a turn here. Start heading back up. Just gonna be gentle here. Zero indication when you start to pull too much G. Which is a real buzzkill on this kind of plane. Because if I at least had an accelerometer, I could watch the G's and, you know, G-load the plane responsibly. I can hear things creaking around, which tells me there's a bit of load on the plane. So you have to worry about the G's, but you can go so fast. You gotta love this. And we left from northern Wales, flew all the way the full length of Wales, and now from the western end of Wales all the way across England. It's insane. What? In just a matter of a few minutes, it seems like. We should be in Scotland in no time if we just keep going up here. You know, I thought this might be a fun plane for some fast flying and fast aerobatics. The aerobatics seem to be out of the question when you can't watch your G's. So everything here seems to just be copy-pasted out of the 787. Even this HUD here. They could add it somewhere. That's where you'd get it on, like, DCS World, you know, F-16, F-18. Any of those planes. Let us stick it down here. Or like if you fly the extra, you just have an accelerometer gauge. It tracks your highest load and your current. And the same thing on the other jets. You usually have it up here. You'll have the current G and the highest that you've hit. Now this game, this will just black out suddenly once you cross the G threshold. Might get myself all the way up to Scotland. I want to, let's get this thing flying straight. I'm looking at the map there. Basically straight north. I want to go hands off for a second. Look at this map. Alright, it's flying itself. There's autopilot I could play with, but not too worried about that. Alright, let's plug in Edinburgh. There's like a military air base we could fly into. What is this? Military, 2,600 feet. Although I don't need a military airstrip, it makes more sense with this plane. Here's... I kind of want a longer runway. Let's fly into the normal airport. Alright, I'll plan for this. Let me try and plug that in here just to help me navigate. Let's see if I go to route. What was it? EGPH. I'm not really using this. I'm just I am just flying visually here. But if I could get this, not in database. Not really important. Let's keep the map up here. We're flying visually. I don't need to plug anything in. Hey, there's an airport. Fuel, as long as I got fuel. Just at 4.2. I think I'm gonna kick up the throttle a bit again. And let's just see how fast I can cover this distance. Yeah, we just want to go straight up the coast here. Alright, full throttle again. Just want to see how fast that fuel burns off doing this. Down there, it's at 4.2. Let's take this all the way up till we reach that little bay that we can turn into to get to Edinburgh. And then we'll pick out our airport and land. Coming up on Mach 1.2. You see there, 1.95. 97. That's Mach 2. We don't need to really keep descending here. And just watch that fuel burn away. 4.1. You could probably just watch it go. Usually in these planes, when you have the afterburners on, the fuel burn is just insane. Speed running up the coast.
Razor 171, contact approach on 122.75.
122.75, Razor 171.
4.0 on the fuel. Can run like this for a while, I think.
Approach Razor 171, 13,800 feet.
2.1 Mach, 1,300 over the ground.
Altimeter 29.902. Razor 171, contact Manchester Center on 118.775.
118.775 for Razor 171. Manchester Center, Razor 171, 13,100 feet.
Razor 171, Manchester Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Now Edinburgh take a little bit, not really too long in the scheme of things. Yeah, we're rocketing along. Still showing 4.0 on the fuel.
Razor 171, contact Bravo approach on 118.225.
Read back.
Rough approach Razor 171, 13,000 feet.
Razor 171, Bravo approach, continue
Pulled the
as
throttle
planned.
back a little bit. We don't need to run it at full throttle for so long. It'll
Razor 171, contact
it'll do any speed you want pretty comfortably though.
775.
Speed's never a problem, just the G's.
118.775, Razor 171.
Still going over Mach 2 here. This is the way to fly.
Manchester Center Racer 171, 13,300 feet.
Racer 171 Manchester Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
And yeah, once we're away from all the city landscapes, my computer can load all the scenery way easier. All this farmland up here. Oh yeah, we'll make it to Edinburgh pretty quick. Just look at that map. You just eat up the distance. I'm curious how this thing handles slow flight. Coming up on Newcastle. It's this city up here.
Racer 171, contact T-side approach on 118.855.
118.855 for Racer 171. T-side approach Racer 171, 13,500 feet.
Racer 171 T-side approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
There's two different flight computers in this plane. I actually don't even know which one you'd want to use for the autopilot. I could take another look at the manual. But yeah, you could program a flight plan here in the G1000 thing, or you can program it into the Boeing FMS. I think the Boeing one's the one you'd want to use, because that's the one that would be linked to these other screens.
Manchester Center Racer 171, 13,800 feet.
Racer 171 Manchester Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902. Racer 171, contact Scottish Center on 119.875.
We're already calling up Scottish Center.
119.875 for Racer 171.
We're gonna look for this big bay to turn into.
Scottish Center Racer 171,
As a matter of fact, well,
14,400 feet.
I was thinking it might start slowing down. Not quite yet. Almost.
Scottish Center, continue as planned.
Almost.
Altimeter 29.902. Racer 171,
I want to keep my speed.
approach on 124.38.
124.38 for Racer 171.
Yeah, we are going to start slowly decelerating and
Newcastle approach Racer
descending.
110,300 feet.
Racer 171 Newcastle approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902. Racer 171, contact Scottish Center on 119.875.
Going to 119.875 Racer 171.
These handoffs come quick. At this speed.
Scottish Center Racer 171, 9,400 feet.
Racer 171 Scottish Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Still a little bit far out to call them. get a little bit closer, call up the airport. Still doing Mach 1.8 here. So I can see the gigantic bay in front of us. Follow that in. And then it's usually not too hard to pick out an international airport. There's a little airport. Have just about made it all the way up to Edinburgh, just like that. Still got 3.5 on the fuel. I mean, you could just lap the whole UK in this thing in no time. Where's that airport? Edinburgh. Let's call them.
Edinburgh Tower, Racer 171 is 26 miles east with Quebec to land.
I don't actually have the information, but I'll get it.
Racer 171, Edinburgh Tower.
Straight in, 24.
Runway 24.
Sounds good.
Altimeter 29.9, 2 winds 273 at 10.
They're right down there.
Make straight and runway 24, Racer 171.
So it's pretty much straight ahead. Let me circle around and lose some speed, lose some altitude here. Get myself configured here. Over the city of Edinburgh. There's the airport. Just right there. So got the throttle all the way back. So you use some speed brake. Whoa. Let's watch that speed. Don't want to forget that I have the speed brake out right now. Keep that out as we're descending. It's bringing our speed back nicely. Kind of turning onto a downwind. Once I make another 90 right here. Put me onto a long extended downwind. Yeah, I didn't really follow the speed restrictions, everything. That's why I'm on under 10,000 here, going crazy fast. And doing my Mach loop stuff, I was going crazy fast, right above the ground. I'm gonna put in the flaps once we're below. I don't know. They don't tell you. Probably about 250. This isn't exactly how they told me to fly in, but I had a lot of altitude to lose. Turn into a right-hand base leg here. Don't quite have that speed under control. Pull some more speed brake right now, so I can descend without gaining speed. Everything at the right rate. Plummeting. Alright, that's good. So let me start to level us off here. Speed brake back. Flaps. Lose a little bit more speed and get the flaps out. They don't tell you the flap speeds. I'm gonna do the first step of flaps. And that's killing our speed with the drag. We'll do our final step of flaps. Getting onto the runway heading here, just about. Oh, start to see the lights. Everything out in the distance there. Might still be a little far away. Try and get this thing trimmed. I'll put the gear down. Speed brakes are retracted. Wait, yeah, no, flaps are good. Alright, I got visual on the runway. Alright, everything nice and stable. Plenty of runway to work with. Oh yeah, once you get some flaps out, you can fly slow pretty easily here. I see pappy lights. This thing does fly slowly, pretty happily, pretty easily. Now our touchdown speed is probably gonna be something more like 150. I don't know. So I'm still just a little bit fast here. Still doing over 200. It's a fast plane. I'm not sure exactly what I want the approach speed to be. It doesn't seem like it wants to fly much slower than this with all the drag out. And I already got no power. I'm just gonna try and follow those pappies in. Just playing with the pitch and throttle, trying to see where it likes to fly as slow as I can without, you know, just trying to figure out a good approach speed here.
Racer 171 cleared to land runway 24.
We are clear to land.
At 10.
And basically a headwind.
Cleared to land runway 24 Racer 171.
Yeah, about 180 or so. Can't fly slower than this too easily without starting to sink or anything like that. This is about where you need to hold it, I think. Looks like 3 whites. There we go, back on 2 whites, 2 reds. Let's try and keep it on that center line. Thousand feet looks good on the instruments. A little bit low there. Add some power, get back on the glide. 2 whites, 2 reds, center line. 500. Actually, it's showing 600 on my. Is my barometer set? Fuck it, doesn't matter. Getting mismatching information. Throttle's back all the way. See how this flare goes. I'm gonna run out of runway quick, man. Can I approach at a slower speed? I don't even know. We're going around. I gotta try and go slower. If I can. Gotta see if I can hold a slower speed on the approach. I did a right-hand traffic pattern. I'm gonna turn left now. We're about 2,500 feet here. Let's level us off. I didn't touch the flaps. Still got full flaps. Gears up. Let's turn onto a downwind leg here. I don't want to fly with speed brakes out. You shouldn't have to do that. I'm assuming I got enough runway here. Big international airport. We're not very heavy. We don't have reverse thrust or anything. I mean, once we stop, once we're on the runway, I mean, yeah, what do we have? We have drag. Bring it down to about 2,000 feet here. So, I'm holding a slower speed now, a little bit easier. I'll put the gear down here on the downwind. Let's see if I can maintain about this 145, 150 speed on the approach. It'll be a little bit better for touchdown. It was still learning on that first attempt there. I didn't want to bring it too slow and start rapidly sinking. Let's see. Now I think I can manage this kind of speed. Well, actually, as I say that, I lost 400 feet. Yeah, this has got to be more like the speed here. I think I should be able to hold about 150. And 180 did seem pretty fast for an approach speed. Can I go slower than 150? Let's see. Let's pull that throttle back. Can I fly 140? Maybe. Let's turn base. Get a nice view of Edinburgh here. Would like to play with the camera more than I am. I should have looked. I'm just going off of my map there. Trying to line up this final turn. Make sure I clear this ridge. Okay, I'm able to hold about 140, okay. This is a little bit low. Not using any approach lights or anything here, just had to try and estimate. Alright, the speed's a lot better now. Just a little bit low. One light low. There's two whites. To ride that glide slope down to the touchdown zone. Line up on the center line. I let the speed come up a little bit there. My approach from the pattern wasn't very good. Throttle close. Let's touch down here. Ooh, that was fine. How come it didn't show the thing? Oh, that was pretty good. Just using the wheel brakes here. I don't know what else I even have.
Racer 171, turn next taxiway.
Alright. So yeah, 150, 140, in that range for the approach.
Racer 171 exit, runway when able.
I'll turn off up here.
Racer 171, contact ground on 121.755.
Alright. That's that.
Going to 121.755, Racer 171.
Pretty simple plane, it's pretty fun. It does need an accelerometer somewhere. But besides that,
Naval Aviation.
oh, it's a run-up area there.
Alpha Echo Racer 17.
Don't need that. Yeah, besides the lack of an accelerometer in the plane, it's not bad. It's pretty fun. I love how fast you can fly. But yeah, it's, I don't know, I'm a little hesitant to do any fast aerobatics on this thing. So I'll just rip the wings off. No idea how much G I'm pulling. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing to beware. Yeah, if they figure out a way to integrate that, roll that out in an update, that would be great. And this plane will be all set. I'm going a little fast there. I'll pull it up and park, because why not? I went through all the effort of flying here. Is this a parking spot? Let's park next to the fuel guy. I do like this plane. I'll play around with it more. Can I move this? Why does it show that I can click something here? Probably not going to try and do anything too aerobatic. I'll probably stick to the extra for that. But when you want to just cover a ton of distance in no time, this is the plane. Let's see. Looks like our welcoming party. How much to the side? I'm all... Does he want me to line up with this? Oh. Once he's... Oh, I should have just lined up with the line. I can't see him inside. Alright, there. That's it. Set the brake. Kill the engine. How do you kill the engine? Kill the battery. Avionics. That's the starter. Wait, it's not the... Where's the kill switch? Did I just... Yeah, fuel pumps are off. Turn off all the lights. Is there a way? Just not all these switches work. I don't even think there's a way to kill the engines. No, I'm not missing something here. We have engine starters. We don't have engine kill switches. They're not modeled. This stuff doesn't all work. So... I want to hear these things spooling down, though. Oh. No, I guess not. I don't think there is a way. Could turn off the generators. What did that do here? Alternator. Well, that's just gonna kill the batteries. No, I don't think you can even shut down the engines. Well. Now I've flipped everything there is to flip here. Does that come back on automatically? Oh, it does. It doesn't want you to turn off the pitot heat. These look like there'd be kill switches under here, but that's all not modeled, so... I guess that's it. This guy's doing Tai Chi here. Is that the thing where you just hold poses? Okay, I guess I'm not shutting it down. I guess that's gonna be it. That was pretty fun. This plane is pretty cool. It's not perfect, but man, it's fast. So, I'll go ahead and end the stream. Thanks for everyone who's watching, chatting, and take care.